Well, good afternoon, everyone. My name's Jay Hartley, and I am the Customer Success Manager in the UK. And today I am welcoming you all to our first Tivian Masterclass. These are our latest webinar format, and what we're focusing on in these is to show you exactly how to undertake and set up different areas and different processes within EFS and ensure that you can get the most from them. And I am joined today by Ludger, who is one of our masters. So I'll let him give himself a quick introduction.
Hello everyone, happy to meet you all virtually. I'm a solution expert at Tivian and happy to show you how today something about portal setup.
Thanks, Ludger. So as you can see from the agenda and from the invites we sent out, this set of masterclasses is made up of 4 different webinars, and what we're going to do is we're going to take you through each step of the journey to ensure that you can gather respondent data and deliver it within a Tivian dashboard. As mentioned in the invite, we're going to send you the registration details for each of the remaining webinars in the series, and that will come out in the next couple of days. Today, we're going to focus on the first topic, which is creating and configuring a portal. And the portal is effectively where your program will be hosted. We'll then take a look at guides next week, and that's where your respondents and your end users will be able to interact with the system to gather the feedback, before the final 2 sessions are going to look at different ways in which you can then present the data from this feedback in both an off-the-shelf dashboard and also some bespoke dashboards. So portals, guides and dashboards represent our optimum self-service solution for gathering feedback and reporting back to the relevant parties. They're a seamless set of products within the EFS platform, and they can be made available to administrators for creation and setup, and then once in place you can then also provide access to these guides within this process to end users so that they can manage their own feedback cycles, thus democratizing the feedback process and moving away from only running central programs. So let's just take a quick look at the 3 areas at a high level before Ludger's going to take us through portals in detail. So portals are the website which we have built into the platform, and they host and join the guides and dashboards plus any other content you're looking to present to your end users. They can work independently of EFS so that they are accessible without an admin login. As you'll see today, it's really easy to set a portal up. It requires no web development experience, and it uses lots of different modules and inbuilt features to ensure that you can set things up in a very informative and intuitive way, and you can also preview and look at things so that you can make sure that you're putting things into the right place. Our guides can be used to send ready-made surveys to groups or participants and also begin action planning. We've got several existing guides which can be used for a variety of use cases, and we're regularly adding more. Currently, the main ones we've got at the moment are Leadership 360. This is an end-to-end process which allows leaders to kickstart their own leadership development programs and then get the outputs of those in a dashboard format. We've also got one that supports the engagement process, so you can set up predefined engagement surveys to be run by managers to their teams so that they can get local feedback on issues that are important to them. We've then got an ideation guide, which is our collaboration guide, and it allows people to work together with their teams on action planning, or indeed sometimes on idea generation that will help improve their areas of the business, or in CX space in different areas there. The final one is a topic guide, and that one is one which you provide to end users, and they actually would then be able to run programs on topics of their choice. So it's really kind of open-ended guide, which gives you great flexibility to use for different types of use case, which might not be captured by our existing guides. Again, they're very easy to set up and have lots of areas that you can configure to ensure that the guide works for you. And then finally, we've got our dashboards. And historically, we've had dashboards that have been available from our BI team. But with our next releases, we're actually going to have a series of standardized MySite dashboards that are going to be linked to some of the guides. They've been designed in collaboration with our BI experts to ensure that the data gathered during the feedback process will be presented in an insightful and easy to interpret set of visualizations, so that you don't need to have expensive BI consultancy costs necessarily. You'll actually have some tools there ready to go for your end users. So we'll show you how to set those up in the third session, and again you'll see how simple they are. That said, we will also have a final session which looks at our custom dashboards. And again, sometimes there's certain things that customers want to do that you just cannot predetermine out of the box. So you can then get our BI team involved, and they will work with you to design and deliver those dashboards. So before I now hand over to Ludger, I just wanted to say, if any questions come up on the topic of portals today, please pop it in the question or the chat, and then Ludger and I will try and catch these at the end of the webinar today. If we're unable to answer the question today, then we'll be sure to get back to you in due course. Over to you, Ludger.
Thanks, Jay. Yeah, then I will show you a little bit how to configure a portal and how to set it up. Just 2 more slides quickly to show you what we need to do that. We need, first of all, people who access the portal. Those could be customers, those could be employees in a company, people in a market research environment to give feedback and participate in discussions, for example. And those are then stored in our people module, or the panel module, as some call it. They access then with their unique accounts the portal. In the background, we have, of course, projects later on for the guides that Jay mentioned. So those are personalized surveys that you can just configure as you maybe already do. And then there are a few boxes to click to make them available as guides. And then we have the standard dashboards, the Tivian dashboards that we will show you in the next sessions, and also the custom MySite dashboards with our Tableau integration. Today, we will focus on this. So the people module, just very quickly show you the group area, which I think most of you know, how to create a segment of people and then go through the setup of a portal from scratch. So let's see how that goes. And with that, I leave PowerPoint and go to the browser to show you EFS. Okay, I'm now in the Enterprise Feedback Suite, logged in the people module. The ones of you who use the system already and maybe already have access to the people module know that we store here our participants for different initiatives, and we can group them manually or also automatically using different rules. I just prepared here a small use case for, let's say, a loyalty club with some members. If I click this group, there's just me inside right now. And there could be then, of course, a few hundred thousands of employees or customers who belong to these different segments. Means you also can have portals that you provide for just one specific group. So there could be like also pop-up portals. This could be for feedback, or specific portals for a certain segment in your company or a sub company or something like that, that they have different designs. Or in the custom experience use case, you have maybe a product launch and you invite their special group of customers to engage a little bit closer, to take some specific surveys or provide feedback in a discussion. Okay, so we have now just me here, and I will use this group called Loyalty Club Feedback in my new portal. With that, I switch over to the Portals tab, And see, I have already some portal set up. And let's see if I can create a new one. I can just click here, new portal, please. And now it's generating essentially the whole structure from scratch. So it creates me a portal with a page structure and all emails that work. So if you register, you get a confirmation email and you confirm your email, you are invited. And of course, these could be later on styled to match your brand, company, whatever you like. So it's called now Portal 152. Let's call it the club maybe. So it's a little bit more personal. Now you see also the URL changed to this name. It's offline, so let's directly put it online. And let's have a quick look of what EFS did right now. I can directly click here, the small arrow icon, and I see now a pretty bland Tivian greenish portal where I can register or sign in. So that's of course not enough. Let's have a look of what we can do in the backend to make this our loyalty club portal. I go into the portal configuration. I see here on the left-hand side the main navigation categories, so the pages the portal consists of, the different navigation options, the look and feel, the participants, and some configuration also for guides, which we will show you in the next session. Let's first go to the settings. So here there's some general settings, which email template to use to recover the password and so on. So you could change this later on, but you also have access permission. And in the access permission, we see who has access to this portal, people in certain statuses of the people data hub. And we have here the access group by group. And here we say we want to give access to a specific panel group. And here we just select our loyalty club members. So maybe people who in our store said they want to be part of our loyalty club, they can join and they are invited here. In addition, we see here languages, so you can have a multi-language portal if you want and translate it. So that is of course also an option. Let's go to look and feel quickly. Here we see the different colors. I saw the portals are now green and gray. And we can modify it here later on, put in different colors, different font types, images also, so we can replace Tivian, of course, with your logo so that Tivian is not even visible. It's then really your entry point to feedback. Let's keep it like this. Maybe we get back to this in a moment to make it match a little bit the design that we decide on and go to the pages. Here we see the page structure in the portal. So we have a public home page and we have a hidden page with report, which is currently not online, as you see here, because we don't have reports to share. And we have a discussion as a standard and a my home page. The pages have different access levels if they are available from the web openly or if they're only available for the people who are logged in. And the public homepage, that's the one that everyone can access to register. So essentially this one here. That needs to be open in the website, otherwise no one can register. You can control this and check this here under the small wheel option. And you'll see that this is a public page. And I can change it here to default to just for the whole group, for the whole panel, or to a specific panel group. And this is how the other ones are selected. So if I go to my home page, I see that this is just available for people who are in the People Data Hub in the panel already. On the different pages, I have different modules and I can have different layout variations of this. So here I see that I have a 2-column layout. This gray is the highlighted column. So I have a large column and a smaller one. And I have on this squad of columns, I have modules. Let's remove this here to start from scratch. And I see here different variations. So 1 large column and a smaller one, or 3 smaller columns. Let's maybe choose something here with a large column on the left and a smaller one to the right. And then I can show you of how to add a module on this. So on the right-hand side, maybe I want to show a survey. And I click here and I see here the different modules that are available. I can show a dashboard, as we will see later on the next session. I can see a shout box. I can just write something, report, list, my site, our dashboard module. But I can also show the cards. And the cards are essentially placeholders for discussions and surveys. I want to show panel surveys, only featured ones. I show you how to bring in a featured survey in a moment and publish the changes. And on the left-hand side, I just want to add some content and explain what this is about. I can add the content slider. That's a module where I can add images, explain something. Here I can drag and drop images or just click here and quickly add from some images I prepared some content. So we can say we want to communicate that maybe, hey, you can give feedback here in this environment, and we call this, you can give feedback. So maybe if we communicate this to our customers or to our employees, we explain a little bit what this is about. We add quickly 2 more, and you can later on also maybe ask for feedback in a guide. Let's do this, let's say, ask for feedback, why not? And here we can change the font a little bit, make this large, leave it wide, and we publish the changes. You will see this in a moment. Now let's quickly have a look if I can already log in. I use here my account. Let's hope my password still works. And here we see already, hey, there's something going on. So there's some content here, and this explains a little bit what I can do. I don't see a survey yet, so let's quickly change that. I can go to the projects area. I have here Tivian customer survey that we will also later on send to you. And I can make this available for the portal. I just go in, it's an active survey. I go to the project properties, and I have here portal settings. And I can see that I can add here some content, and I see here the different portals. Here's my club portal. How should I call the survey there? I call it my Tivian customer survey. I can make it featured and maybe add an image. And an image I uploaded here already, here this lady who has an idea. And let's save this. And now let's see what happens here. If I reload the page, then I see I'm invited to a survey. In the background, I made the survey actually available for everyone in the People Data Hub. But of course, you can also restrict this to a specific panel sample, of course. So if you have drawn a sample, then different users, different participants here see different content. So, and of course, now I can take the survey here and have all the features available that you know from EFS survey. Okay, but let's maybe not stop here. Let's go one step back and say, hey, let's brand this a little bit. So we have the logout page, green and Tivian. That's maybe doesn't really match. Let's really have a branded portal. Let's say I'm working for a fashion brand, and let's go back to the look and feel and say we want to make this a little bit more colorful. We do this main color a little bit purple. We let it now generate the layout quickly again, and yeah, you could also quickly upload your image. And I just want to go to the public homepage. That's my entry point, and I want to write something here. I see I have a 3-column layout. That's maybe too small for me. Let me quickly remove all the layout, add a new row, have a small part on the right and a large one on the left. And here I add the login module. I can also search, of course, for modules. I don't have to find them in this list. Login registration. I say I want that everyone, or that people who register go to this group. I can decide if people use a login form only, a registration form only, or a login and registration form. Maybe in this case, we want to log in and allow people to register, and we want to add a text module here to the front page. And here we have text and multimedia, and say welcome to the people who just joined this page. So welcome to our club portal. Make this a little bit larger, like a header, and maybe make this a little bit colorful. Let's maybe go with this purple. Let's see here how that sticks out. Publish it, and why not add a background image? I can also set a color here. I can also upload an image, and let's say we are a fashion brand or transportation. Let's go with fashion here. Put in these colorful handbags. Not uploading this in the background. We can tell the portal here to use the whole width and height of the page. And now let's go back and reload this, and let's see if that makes sense. Okay, we could maybe change the color here a little bit so that gets a little bit lost. But now you see that we have directly a different look and feel. We could put in a little bit more exciting logo than ours, and we directly have a small welcome page in a few minutes. And let's go one time in here. Now I could register from scratch, go then through the processes of a master data survey and so on, everything that you might know, so profile. But I already have an account, and I can go in, give feedback now here, participate. And I see also that in this navigation, I have a discussion board, for example. And here I could start a new discussion. The users who log in can have different roles. And a moderator could, for example, go in and say, tell us about your experience. And please let us know you like our new store, maybe. And now you can here add images, you can embed video clips, and you could join here then with your customers or employees to discussions. You can also use it to just communicate maybe data that we will show later on in dashboard, explaining, hey, these data points maybe mean this and that. You should act on certain behavior or explain just what you do. Maybe we also want to show actually the chat here in these cards. Maybe the last change we want to quickly do, go back to the My Home page. We see here our cards module. We excluded discussions, but let's maybe add them. Let's see if this one shows up or others as well. And then I see that here discussions show up here as well. And now I can click it and participate here as I want. We will extend this portal, of course, later on a little bit. We can add then here guides and the dashboard, as we'll see in the next sessions. Because we have a few more minutes, let's go to the backend and let's maybe create a new page from scratch. So maybe an information page or a page that later on will contain the dashboards. And that's something you can directly do here. You can just click new page. And we say here, this is our preparation page for a guide. And as Jay said, this is then the option to send out feedback, surveys in self-service. So you're a team manager, you want to ask your team quickly for feedback without creating a survey in the little bit complex enterprise feedback and then this could be later on presented here. And now I just put in a column, just one, and then, for example, I add here the guides module. That's something we will show you later on. I put this online. The system will directly say, hey, this is a panel. It's only available for people who logged in, not public, and it's not in the navigation yet. And they can say, hey, where do I want it? In the bar navigation, in the tab navigation top, or on the sidebar. Let's very quickly show you the sidebar. If I activate this, then the navigation is visible in the sidebar. Actually, let's add the My Home page also to the sidebar. In the bar navigation, we want to have it in the sidebar, and we can click here on navigation. We see here the different navigation types, and we say the sidebar should always be visible. And now let's have a look what happened here. And we see now we have here a small sidebar. We have the guide. Okay, we currently don't have guides. We will change this next time. And here we have our home page. Of course, we could rearrange the order here quickly so that my home page, maybe that should be on top. Let's quickly move it, reload it, and it has already changed. Yeah, that's as a small impression of how you can quickly in now 20 minutes, 15 minutes get to something usable. Of course, now it would take another half hour or hour that I change here the font type a little bit, rearrange the image, maybe make it a little bit smaller, remove this logo, put in my fashion brand logo, but with very little effort and without technical web design knowledge. Also, you can get to a feedback portal for your customers or for your internal employees, or of course also consultants, whatever might be your target group. Yeah, and with that, Jay, let's maybe check if we have some questions already. And yeah, for everyone else, maybe you want to post some questions.
Yeah, so I've got one question here, which might be one for you. This is just around, so I guess the customer, I think it's James, does it work with single sign-on? I guess that means can you access the portal with single sign-on?
Yes, absolutely. So you don't have to register here and create a new account for your employees, especially if you use this for employee experience, then this can be connected to your Active Directory or other technologies with our Tivian single sign-on solution, which is an extra module. So if you want that, contact us and we can give you some details about this, but then it's a seamless integrated part of your login area.
That's great. One more here from Elaine, just asking, do I have access to portals already? Can I start using them? So I guess, Elaine, probably what we'd need to do is just ask you to maybe message myself after the session. You've obviously got my details. Well, I'll follow up with you actually after the session. If your installation has already got portals on it, then yeah, absolutely, you can get cracking straight away. If not, then obviously we can, look at what that might require from a licensing perspective to get you up and running. We've still got time for any more questions. If anybody's got any questions on the technical side, I'm sure Luca will be happy to answer. Looks like we've got one in here, one more in here rather, which for some reason my little window has gone very tiny. Oh, there we go. Right.
So if single sign-on is already set up with the previous portal, how would we link it to a new portal? I think, yeah, that's something that we have to configure then. So if that's the case, then let us know. And I think we have to do a small configuration that we can do quickly to point it to another portal.
That's great. Thank you, Luke. I'll get back to you on that as well. Time for another question or two. Okay. Well, I don't think we've got any more coming in. Can't see anybody writing anything. So in which case we'll bring it to a close this week. As I said at the top of the call, we will be sending out your registration links for the remaining webinars over the next couple of days. If there's anybody in your team that you think would benefit from joining them, then we'll also be sending out a secondary invite as well, so that people can maybe watch this recording and then join from next week as well. So thanks everybody for those that joined, and look forward to seeing you again next week.
Thank you. Bye.